So the first one obviously is memory mic. Memory mic is really, really simple. It doesn't require anything. It's just an instant Bluetooth handshake for starting the time code, and that's it. It's good to go. So we don't have to worry about anything else to connect it.
So is the memory mic, is the app only iOS?
No.
Android as well?
No, Android as well. Yeah. Yeah, thankfully we got our, we opened up on that one. The next one is the MKE 400. So obviously it works, really, really happily with your camera. But does anyone know the problems with using normal 3.5mm connectors with a smartphone?
Different connections.
Yeah.
Is it 3 bars?
Yeah. That's what we call a 3-pole, and your smartphone is a 4-pole. So you can actually use this with a smartphone. You have to go out and get something for it, but you can, if you wanted to, go out and get some cables to work with it. A little bit as well. But this allows me now, it's admittedly, I should have a shorter cable. I do have a shorter cable.
What's that one called? That shotgun mic?
This is an MKE 600. So, what it wants to do. That's the whole point of an Omni microphone, is you don't actually need to, I can even do this if I want to, and it's still the same, roughly the same frequency response. There is a slight change, but, holding that handheld microphone and, taking the time to, it will feed back at some point if I make it loud enough, but obviously into your camera, you can turn this up as loud as you want, make it as sensitive as you want, and you can really just leave it there, and it will do a great job of picking up the sound.
Definitely you're going to be the expert now then?
I am, just ask me anything you like.
What's the frequency?
I don't know. But I'm going to scan and find out.
Anyone else who want to have a go on this?
MK 600, which is obviously slightly bigger. This one is actually brilliant because we actually make a cable for it, which is good. We have what's called the KE 600, which goes into, should actually soon, I believe, be bundled inside the box. So you'll get the normal KE 600, which takes it to a 3.5, and the KE 600i in the box at the same time, so you can use this with your smartphone. So should you be interviewing, and that's one thing about shotguns, wherever I've hidden it, somewhere, where did I put it? There it is. A shotgun can be used as an interview microphone. You don't have to worry about it, you can use it as an interview microphone. So should you be running around with your phone and you do a quick interview, if you've got some of this in the bag, you can off you go. And obviously this works for almost any wired microphone. So I can't change the output level. I have to go into the mixer, or I have to do whatever I need to do that, and so on. Unlike the AVX system, AVX is similar. This, I can pair multiple transmitters to this at the same time. I can't use them. I can only use one transmitter, one receiver at the same time. But when I turn off this transmitter and turn on the other transmitter that's paired to this, it's instantly connected. So you could have multiple devices. So it's as an entry-level system, it is dead simple, really, really simple. When we look at AVX, so let's look at AVX. So AVX is slightly different. This is the receiver system, and obviously it's nice and cute and nice and small, which is obviously smaller than the G3 system. And again, it's a very, very simple system to use. The difference between AVX though is I have, and you can come and have a look at that in a minute, and then here, I have a little loop. And all I do is just do that. Because one of the things you can do when you're wearing this is you can loop that around your band. It just keeps that cable safe. So you put that in, there, keeps it held, and then I'm roughly at that distance, and that's the microphone at the right distance. We can even take our wireless system, so if you're wireless you can do the same thing. You can take it onto your mobile phone, and once again it's a choice between using something like the KA600i, should you have the XLR receiver system, or using one of those converter boxes over it that will sort things out. And then obviously you've got the Ambio smart headset. Yeah, as long as you've got an iPhone, you're good to go. It makes your life interesting, and I do recommend finding one and having a play. It is a very interesting product. So I'm doing a recording now. Stop. Let's stop, John. There you go. Synchronize it. So I'll just do the quick sync. Join. It uses Wi-Fi for syncing its audio, so it's quick.
It's like us with our cameras, we have an app that syncs to our cameras, you can control your camera with video, it's the same kind of sync thing.
So yeah, what I could do is obviously turn the camera around, use the front-facing camera, do the recording, but it's
But you would
demanding.
do it through that app?
Yeah.
Ah.
It's demanding right now. I sync the audio.
But
It wants to
quality-
sync the audio.
the
You can
quality-
hear me before you hear me. You can hear me speak before you hear the speakers. Ever so slightly. That's the 19 millisecond delay. So once again, you know, distance-wise, I can go a pretty good distance. I'm back in the room again, and because it's 1.9 gigahertz. God, you can really hear the delay back here. Because it's 1.9 gigahertz, you don't have the same frequency problems as you could get with Access Wireless Digital. And it is a pretty good system. I mean, what Access Wireless Digital will give you 5 hours of battery life. Wireless Digital is fixed battery. So this just brings it up into a slightly more professional level. And the Access Wireless Digital for me is that idea that it was aimed at a semi-pro market. It now pretty much has become the pro market choice because it's just plug, play, off you go, don't worry about it. So you do find a lot of pros using this as well.
That's fascinating, that is.
Did you hear all of that?
Yeah.
Oh God, poor you.
But can you just plug it into the camera itself?
Yes, you can get a cable. There is an adapter cable that goes into. Doesn't go into the
Yeah, that's-
So it's just freeing it.
just an extra.
It's got two outputs.
It's making a slightly more professional input into the camera.
Better quality.
This is a iOS only product, and the idea about this is it's binaural. So there's two microphones on the outside. It's a normal set of headphones. You can use them as normal set of headphones. And HRTF coding is what your brain does with your ears. So for example, your brain automatically knows that a sound is coming from the rear because your pinna, the flaps of skin on the side of your head, filter out certain frequencies. And your brain knows when those frequencies aren't present, the sound's behind you. It also knows the sound is coming from that direction because there's a delay from hitting this ear to hitting this ear. So it can figure out using delays and frequency filtering exactly where the sound is coming from. And that's exactly what these do. They understand that, they do the same thing. But obviously, you know, to finalize it off onto our DSLRs and so on, I put in DSLRs and camcorders because some people are still using camcorders with XLRs, and there are ways to convert some of our microphones over. And the classic one would be that one. Because obviously that's coming out as a single 3.5mm connector. It will do left and right because it splits across the poles, but if you had a camcorder, well, camcorders do not necessarily have 3.5mm inputs, they normally have XLR inputs. So you want to make sure that whatever budget you are spending in, you are getting what is called the Sennheiser sound. We do have a reputation for that Sennheiser sound. If you are someone that's starting off, the MK600 is shit hot. If you are the BBC, or if you are a filmmaker, or you're James Cameron and his sound crew, yeah, then you're going to go for something a little bit more. You pay for what you get at the end of the day. Okay, so that's some of them. Let me go on to the portfolio because I want to get on to something else which is a little bit more interesting. Is it the camera?
That's just underneath us here.
Oh, so he's underneath us, right? That's cool.
It's lighting down there.
Yeah. Let's just do that. He's cut off again. Yeah. But it's not bad. Not bad at all, actually. I'm impressed.
So in this environment, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Sorry, carry on. Same with the 400. Just get a 3.5 to XLR, plug away, and obviously the 600 is good to go, which is kind of cool. XLR AVX is good to go. Sorry. And Access Wireless Digital is good to go, depending on what you want to do. So that is a mini sort of audio masterclass from Sennheiser.